In life, we often find ourselves searching for ways to accelerate the process of manifestation, to break free from limiting beliefs, and to surrender control in favor of trusting an invisible power that guides us. This quest, as common as it is, can often feel elusive. But the truth is simple. Change begins when we understand who we truly are. When we look at our lives through the lens of our true identity, we start to see how everything aligns with the vision we hold, without unnecessary resistance standing in the way. We are constantly navigating through the layers of our existence, our skills, our behaviors, our environments, and the people we interact with. These layers, while important, are only a small part of who we are. They are not the essence of our being. The essence lies beyond them, within a deeper awareness that transcends all the things we often identify with. This awareness, this formless self, is the core of our true identity. It's the consciousness that observes and guides, free from the limitations of our personal beliefs or past experiences. True identity is not something that is fixed or rigidly defined. It is not bound by the beliefs or limitations that we impose upon ourselves. Instead, it is the awareness that exists beyond these layers, beyond the mental constructs that define who we think we are. It is the part of us that is constant, regardless of the changes we go through in life. When we realize that we are not defined by our thoughts, our experiences, or the identities we construct, we unlock a deeper potential within ourselves. Resistance, the kind that often arises in our lives, is born from these limiting beliefs. We resist change because we identify too strongly with the personal truths we hold. These personal truths are not universal. They are shaped by our experiences, our upbringing, and the environment we find ourselves in. But what happens when we let go of these beliefs? What happens when we stop identifying with the stories we've been telling ourselves? We transcend resistance. We stop fighting against the flow of life and instead begin to move with it. The key to releasing this resistance lies in recognizing that we are not our beliefs. Take a moment to realize this. You are not the thoughts you have, the body you inhabit, or the experiences you've lived through. You are the awareness behind it all. You are the silent observer, the consciousness that transcends all forms. When you become aware of this, everything changes. The resistance that once felt so powerful begins to dissipate, and you are free to move through life without unnecessary force. This awareness is not something that is reserved for a select few. It is a universal truth that is available to all of us. Each of us has the capacity to recognize this true identity within ourselves. It's a realization that can come through quiet reflection, through meditation, or simply through a deep awareness of the present moment. It's about understanding that, at the core of who we are not defined by the roles we play, the environments we live in, or the beliefs we hold. We are, at our essence, the conscious awareness that experiences all of these things. By accepting this truth, we begin to see that the stories we tell ourselves about who we are just that, stories. They are not the truth of our being. Our true identity is beyond these stories, beyond the beliefs that have shaped our reality. This realization is not just a mental understanding. It is an experiential knowing. It's the recognition that we are beyond all of the personal truths we have constructed. We are beyond the beliefs that keep us trapped in cycles of resistance and struggle. When we recognize that we are the awareness behind everything we experience, we begin to live from a place of choice. We can choose to identify with the aspects of ourselves that align with our true vision. We can choose to embody the values, beliefs, and behaviors that reflect our highest potential. And as we do this, we begin to see these choices manifest in our external reality. The skills, the people, the environments that we desire to attract come into alignment with our chosen identity. It is a process of becoming who we truly are, not by forcing ourselves to be something we are not, but by recognizing and embodying the truth of who we have always been. This process of self-realization is not a destination. It is an ongoing journey. It is a continual unfolding of our true nature. As we become more aware of our true identity, we begin to see the magic that resides within us. We begin to understand that the essence of life itself flows through us, and that we are not separate from the power that guides the universe. We are an expression of that power, and as such, we have the ability to shape our reality through our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. It is in this awareness that true abundance resides. The abundance we seek is not found in external circumstances. It is found within ourselves. It is found in the recognition of our true identity and the understanding that we are the creators of our own reality. The external world may shift and change, but our true essence remains constant. When we live from this place of awareness, we are not disturbed by the chaos that may surround us. Instead, we remain centered, grounded in the understanding that we are beyond it all. This awareness of true identity is what allows us to release the grip of limiting beliefs. It is through this realization that we begin to free ourselves from the mental constructs that hold us back. The more we identify with our true self, the more we transcend the beliefs that once defined us. We begin to move through life with ease, flowing effortlessly toward our desires and attracting the circumstances and people that align with our highest potential. Now, if you've been moved by what we've shared so far, I'd like to invite you to engage with this message even further. I'd love for you to leave a comment with the word 99 below to let us know that you're ready to step into this new understanding of yourself. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the Wisdom Ones channel. Your support means so much, not just to me, but to everyone who's part of this incredible community. And if you feel called to, you can contribute to the channel through super thanks. Your generosity allows these messages to reach those who need them most. A special thank you to everyone who has already donated. It's because of your kindness that this message can continue to spread, touching hearts and transforming lives. As we continue to explore the depths of self-realization and the power of understanding our true identity, know that this journey is just beginning. Together, we will unravel even more layers of the self and discover how to live a life that is aligned with the truth of who we really are. As we continue exploring the vast, intricate nature of self-realization, we recognize that our beliefs play a profound role in shaping the way we engage with the world. We may not always notice it, but everything we experience, from the smallest moments to the most significant events, is connected to the beliefs we hold. Our beliefs influence how we perceive ourselves, the people around us, and the circumstances that we find ourselves in. They shape the way we respond to situations, often dictating the course of our lives without us even realizing it. For instance, if we are constantly engaging in unnecessary arguments or debates, it's important to ask ourselves why we are doing so. So, what do we hope to achieve? Why do we feel compelled to prove ourselves in these discussions? Is it because we believe that winning this battle will lead us to a deeper sense of fulfillment? Or perhaps it's just a habitual pattern driven by a subconscious desire to be seen or validated? These questions are not just theoretical. They are an invitation to pause and reflect on the ways in which we shape our own experiences. Often, we are taught to pursue validation from others, to prove our worth through actions that are externally recognized and rewarded. We seek to accumulate possessions, gain the approval of others, and conform to societal expectations, thinking that this will bring us happiness and peace. But is this truly the path to fulfillment? When we look closer, we realize that many of our problems tend to resolve themselves when we step back and allow them to run their natural course. This doesn't mean avoiding challenges or conversations, but rather choosing how we engage with them. We have the option to approach life with the perspective that everything is unfolding as it should, that the invisible forces at work are guiding us in ways that we may not fully understand in the moment. When we approach a conversation, a situation, or an event from the space of our divine center, our true essence, we are not just engaging with it from a place of intellect or ego. We are engaging from a place of love, harmony, and mutual understanding. Imagine if every conversation emanated from this center of peace and balance. How different would our interactions be? How much more compassionate, meaningful, and healing would our words and actions become? This shift in perspective is not merely theoretical. It is a practical way of engaging with life that can transform the way we experience everything around us. When we become aware of this divine center within us, we also recognize that it is present in everyone we encounter. This awareness creates a deeper connection between us and others, transcending the usual barriers of ego and self-interest. No longer are we caught in the cycle of intellectual debates and self-centered pursuits. Instead, we find ourselves drawn to conversations that foster growth, mutual respect, and understanding. We recognize that true strength does not come from trying to dominate others or prove ourselves right, but from recognizing our shared humanity and the divine essence that flows through all of us. True strength lies not in identifying with external aspects of our lives, such as our possessions, bodies, or circumstances, but in recognizing that we are beyond these things. When we no longer seek validation from external sources, we become free from the chains of self-imposed limitations. We are no longer slaves to the opinions of others or to the circumstances that arise in our lives. Instead, we become the creators of our own reality, shaping our experiences from a place of inner strength and peace. The idea of being superior to external circumstances is often misunderstood. It's not about asserting dominance over others or trying to control the world around us. Rather, it's about recognizing that we are inherently superior to the conditions and beliefs that once held us captive. We have the power to rise above them, to transcend the limitations that we once believed defined us. This superiority is not one of ego, but one of understanding. It is the recognition that we are the architects of our reality, that the world around us is a reflection of the beliefs and choices we make. When we realize that consciousness itself is the only true reality, we free ourselves from the need to look for external validation. This understanding allows us to see that everything we experience is a result of the beliefs and thoughts we hold. There is no external force that can shape our lives unless we allow it to. We are the ones who choose how we respond to life's challenges, how we interpret the events that unfold before us, and how we move through the world. We are not the victims of circumstance. We are the creators of our reality. This realization is liberating. It frees us from the fear of judgment, the need for approval, and the desire for control. It opens the door to true freedom, the freedom to be ourselves, to express our authentic selves without fear of rejection or criticism. When we embrace this freedom, we stop looking for validation in external circumstances and start looking within. We begin to trust in our own abilities, in the power of our consciousness, and in the divine guidance that flows through us. Freedom is not just about escaping from the external world. It's about recognizing that we are the ones who create our experiences. When we stop identifying with the external world and start recognizing our true essence, we enter a state of flow, a state where everything aligns with our highest vision. This is the essence of manifestation, the ability to shape our reality from the inside out. When we align with our true self, we become the conscious creators of our lives, and the world around us begins to reflect this inner truth. It's important to understand that this is not a process of forcing or striving to become something we are not. It's about letting go of the need to control and simply allowing ourselves to be who we truly are. The more we let go of the false beliefs that have shaped us, the more we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities that exist within us. We are not limited by our past, our circumstances, or the opinions of others. We are free to create a new reality, a reality that aligns with our true self, our highest vision. Each of us has the power to choose our thoughts, our beliefs, and our actions. This is the essence of self-realization, the recognition that we are more than our beliefs, more than our past, and more than our circumstances. We are divine expressions of consciousness, and we have the power to shape our reality through the choices we make. As we step into this truth, we become the creators of our own destiny, shaping our lives with intention, purpose. This process of self-realization is not a destination but a journey. It is a continuous unfolding, a constant reminder that we are more than what we have been told, more than what we have been led to believe. The more we embrace this journey, the more we awaken to the truth of who we are. We are not separate from the universe. We are the universe in expression. We are the light that illuminates the path for others, and through our own transformation, we help to transform. I invite you to embrace this journey of self-realization, to recognize the divine essence within you, and to allow that essence to guide your steps. Let go of the need for external validation and trust in the power that lies within you, so that you are the creator of your own reality, and that through conscious choice, you can shape the life you desire. As you embark on this journey, may you find peace, joy, and freedom in the recognition of your true self. If this message resonates with you, I encourage you to comment 99 below. And don't forget to subscribe to the Wisdom Ones channel for more content like this. Your support through Super Thanks means a lot to the Wisdom Ones channel. Thank you so much for your generosity, and a special shout out to everyone who's already donated. It's because of your kindness that this message can reach those who need it the most. As we begin to delve deeper into the nature of our beliefs and explore the complex layers of our consciousness, we start to uncover the subtle yet powerful forces that shape every aspect of our lives. These forces are not merely external circumstances or events. They are deeply rooted within us, embedded in the way we perceive, interpret, and react to the world around us. Our beliefs are like filters through which we view our experiences, shaping how we interpret not only our relationships and interactions with others, but also the challenges we encounter along the way. These beliefs guide our decisions, influence our emotions, and direct our actions, often without us realizing their full extent. As we take the time to reflect on these beliefs, we come to understand just how much they govern our daily existence, often operating in the background, unnoticed and unchecked. Most of us move through life with certain assumptions about the world, assumptions that have been formed over time, shaped by our upbringing, culture, past experiences, and the influences of those around us. These assumptions become so ingrained that we often fail to question their validity. We take them as truths, even though they may not necessarily reflect the reality of our lives or the potential for growth and change that exists within us. What becomes apparent through this exploration is that the power to transform our lives is not found in the external circumstances we face, whether good or bad. Instead, true transformation lies within the way we choose to engage with those circumstances. It is in our response, our perception, and our willingness to challenge the beliefs that may be holding us back. The way we perceive events, people, and situations is influenced by our beliefs, and in turn, these perceptions influence how we react to them. For example, if we believe that we are not capable of succeeding, we may avoid opportunities for growth, limiting our potential. On the other hand, if we believe that we have the power to shape our own destiny, we may take bold steps toward creating the life we desire. Ultimately, the ability to transform our lives begins with the recognition that we have the power to choose how we perceive and respond to the world around us. By examining our beliefs and becoming more aware of their influence, we open the door to a new way of being, one that is empowered, conscious, and aligned with our highest potential. It is essential to understand that the beliefs we hold, many of which have been ingrained in us over time, are not inherently true. These beliefs are not universal truths, but are rather personal perceptions and interpretations that we have adopted based on our past experiences, cultural conditioning, and the societal influences that have shaped us. From a young age, we are exposed to various belief systems, whether it's the values taught by our families, the norms dictated by our culture, or the expectations set by the world around us. Over time, these external influences become internalized, shaping the way we see ourselves and the world. However, it's important to recognize that these beliefs are not absolute or fixed. They are simply lenses through which we interpret our reality. Often, these ingrained beliefs limit us, restricting our potential and preventing us from realizing the true power that resides within us. We may come to believe that we are not capable of achieving our goals, or that certain opportunities are beyond our reach, based solely on these past experiences or cultural narratives. These beliefs act as invisible barriers, holding us back from embracing our full potential. They can make us feel confined to a particular role or identity, one that may not reflect our authentic self, but rather a version shaped by external expectations. But the beauty of self-realization is that we are not bound by these beliefs. The power lies within us to transcend them, to break free from their grip and embrace a new way of being. Self-realization is the process of recognizing that we are not defined by the beliefs we hold or the stories we tell ourselves about who we are. It is about stepping beyond the limitations imposed by those beliefs and awakening to the truth of our own divine nature. When we allow ourselves to let go of these limiting beliefs, we begin to tap into a deeper source of power, a power that comes from within and is not dependent on external circumstances. Transcending these beliefs does not mean rejecting everything we have been taught or denying the validity of our past experiences. Rather, it means questioning the stories we have accepted as truths and allowing ourselves to see beyond them. It's about realizing that we have the ability to change the way we perceive ourselves and our world, and embracing this process of self-discovery. We open the door to new possibilities and a more expansive way of living, one that is not constrained by limiting beliefs, but instead guided by our inner wisdom and the potential for growth and transformation that lies within. Toward the journey of transcending beliefs is ultimately a journey of liberation, a path toward discovering our authentic self and reclaiming the power to create the life we truly desire. This process of transcending limiting beliefs is not about forcing ourselves to change or trying to become something we are not. It is not about adopting a persona that doesn't align with our true nature or striving to fit into a mold that feels foreign or inauthentic. The essence of this process is about recognizing the truth of who we are at the deepest level of our being. It is about peeling away the layers of false identities, preconceived notions, and self-imposed limitations, and reconnecting with the divine essence that resides within each of us. And at the core of our being, beyond the ego and the surface-level identities we have constructed over the years, there exists a pure, unshakable truth, a truth that transcends all external circumstances and internal conflicts. This divine essence is the eternal, unchanging aspect of ourselves that is not bound by time, place, or external influence. It is the part of us that is connected to the vast, infinite source of creation, and it carries within it all the wisdom, love, and potential we need to live a fulfilled and purposeful life. It's when we remember who we truly are, when we reconnect with this divine essence, we are no longer subject to the limitations of our old beliefs. We come to understand that the stories we have told ourselves about who we are and what we can or cannot achieve are not the full truth. These stories, these beliefs, may have served a purpose at some point in our lives, but they no longer define us. They are simply remnants of the past, and we have the power to choose a new narrative. This realization allows us to break free from the confines of our old beliefs and embrace a more expansive, empowered way of being. In a state of self-awareness and reconnection with our divine essence, we become free to create a new reality, one that is aligned with our highest potential. We stop limiting ourselves to the small, narrow view of who we thought we were and begin to see the vastness of our true capabilities. Our thoughts, actions, and choices become inspired by a deeper knowing, one that aligns with the infinite possibilities of the universe. We no longer feel the need to struggle or fight to prove our worth. Instead, we simply allow the flow of life to guide us, knowing that we are divinely supported in every moment. This freedom is not about escaping the world or detaching from our responsibilities. Rather, it is about moving through life with a sense of inner peace, grounded in the understanding that we are more than our circumstances. We are more than the beliefs we once held, more than the roles we have played. We are the creators of our reality. And as we reconnect with our divine essence, we gain the clarity and wisdom needed to design a life that reflects our highest truth. In this process, we become the true architects of our existence, shaping our world with intention, love, and a deep sense of purpose. The key to unlocking this profound power lies in the conscious recognition that we are more than the circumstances we find ourselves in. We are not limited by our external situations, whether they are related to our bodies, our possessions, or the opinions of others. These things are fleeting and temporary, and they do not define the essence of who we are. Our true identity transcends the material world and the judgments placed upon us by society. We are not defined by the labels we wear or the roles we play. We are not the sum of our experiences or the reflections of external approval. Instead, we are divine expressions of consciousness, and it is from this deeper truth that our true power emerges. When we begin to truly see ourselves as embodiments of the divine, we realize that we hold within us the creative force to shape our reality from within. This realization is transformative because it shifts the locus of power from external forces to our inner being. Instead of feeling as though we are at the mercy of circumstances, we begin to understand that we have the ability to influence our experience at the most fundamental level. We are not passive recipients of life's events. We are active creators of them, co-creating our experience with the universe. This shift in perspective is essential for breaking free from the cycle of limitation and self-doubt. When we recognize that we are divine expressions, it becomes clear that we are inherently worthy, capable, and powerful. Our potential is limitless, not determined by our past mistakes or perceived inadequacies. The universe, in all its vastness and abundance, is constantly working in alignment with us, responding to the energy and intention we put out into the world. Our thoughts, beliefs, and actions are the building blocks of the reality we experience. And when we align them with our divine essence, we begin to manifest a life that is in harmony with our highest potential. The process of co-creating our reality is not about controlling every outcome or trying to manipulate the world to fit our desires. It is about trusting in the flow of life and recognizing that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, is always guiding us toward what is best for our growth and evolution. It is about embracing the fact that we are an integral part of a much larger, interconnected web of consciousness. Every choice we make, every thought we think, and every intention we set ripples out into the world, influencing not only our own lives, but the lives of others as well. As we become more attuned to this truth, we begin to see that the challenges and obstacles we encounter are not random or cruel twists of fate, but opportunities for growth and expansion, invitations to deepen our connection with our true selves and to further align our lives with a higher purpose that we are here to fulfill. In this sense, even the most difficult experiences can be seen as part of the divine plan, guiding us toward greater wisdom, strength, and self-awareness. This awareness gives us the freedom to let go of the need for validation from the outside world. We no longer seek approval from others or look to external factors to determine our worth. We know that our value is inherent and does not depend on how others perceive us or what we achieve. Our worth is found in the truth of who we are, divine beings of consciousness, connected to the infinite source of all creation. When we operate from this place of inner knowing, we become impervious to the judgments and opinions of others because we know that they do not define us. Our identity is not shaped by the external world, but by our inner consciousness, which is eternal. This inner strength allows us to navigate life with a sense of purpose and clarity, knowing that we are guided by a higher intelligence that is always available to us. As we align ourselves with this higher consciousness, we become more attuned to our intuition, more aware of the subtle messages and signs the universe sends our way. We learn to trust in the process of life and to move forward with confidence, knowing that we are exactly where we need to be in each moment. The power to create the life we desire is not something that comes from outside of us, but from within. It is a process of remembering who we are, of reconnecting with the divine essence that is our true nature. As we step into this realization, we begin to see that we are not at the mercy of life's circumstances. We are the architects of our own reality. By consciously choosing to align our thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the truth of who we are, we begin to create a life that reflects our highest potential. In this process, we also come to understand that we are not separate from the world around us. Our divine essence is not isolated or individual. It is interconnected with all of life. We are part of a greater whole, and as we align ourselves with our true nature, we contribute to the collective consciousness of humanity. Our individual transformation has a ripple effect, influencing the world in ways that we may not always see or understand, but that are nonetheless powerful. As we create a life of love, peace, and purpose, we become a beacon of light for others, showing them the way to their own truth and inner power. Ultimately, the journey of recognizing our divine essence and embracing our role as co-creators of our reality is one of profound liberation. It is a journey of letting go of false beliefs, limiting patterns, and external expectations, and stepping into the fullness of who we are. It is a journey of remembering that we are divine beings, capable of creating a life that reflects our highest vision and deepest desires. This realization frees us from the chains of fear, doubt, and limitation, and empowers us to live a life of authenticity, creativity, and purpose. As you reflect on this message, I invite you to take a moment to connect with your inner self. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remember the truth of who you are. Feel the divine essence within you, guiding you, supporting you, and loving you unconditionally. Allow this awareness to permeate every aspect of your being, knowing that you are more than your circumstances, more than your beliefs, more than your past. You are a divine expression of consciousness, capable of creating a life that reflects your highest potential. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to the Wisdom Ones channel, and share it with others who may benefit from this powerful reminder. Please leave a comment below and share your thoughts, reflections, and experiences. Your support through super thanks means a lot to the Wisdom Ones channel. Thank you so much for your generosity, and a special shout out to everyone who's already donated. It's because of your kindness that this message can reach those who need it the most. This understanding is not just a concept, but a deep, liberating experience that fundamentally shifts the way we perceive ourselves and the world around us. It opens up an entirely new realm of possibility and potential, where we no longer see ourselves as passive recipients of life's circumstances. Instead, we begin to recognize that we are active participants in the unfolding of our reality. This shift allows us to move beyond the victim mentality, which often holds us in a state of helplessness and disempowerment, and step into our true power as creators of our own lives. For many of us, the victim mentality has been ingrained over time, perhaps through past experiences, conditioning, or societal influences. It tells us that we are at the mercy of the external world, that our circumstances define us, and that we have little control over our destiny. But the truth is, this mentality is based on a false perception of reality. The external world is not the ultimate determinant of who we are or what we can. Real power lies within us, in the way we choose to respond to life's challenges, in the way we engage with the people around us, and in the way we shape our inner and outer world. This realization that we are the architects of our lives empowers us in ways that we may not have imagined before. It gives us the freedom to choose how we respond to every situation, how we engage with every challenge, and how we navigate through every. We no longer have to feel overwhelmed by the uncontrollable elements of life. Instead, we can choose to approach each circumstance with a sense of purpose, intention, and clarity. Understanding that we have this power is not just an intellectual acknowledgement. It is a deep experiential knowing that arises from within. It's not something that can be learned through words alone, but something that must be felt, experienced, and embodied. This inner knowing is not dependent on external validation or approval. It is a recognition that transcends the limitations of the ego and taps into a deeper sense of self, our true, authentic essence. When we truly understand that we are not powerless, we begin to see the world differently. Life's challenges are no longer obstacles to overcome, but opportunities for growth and transformation. We stop seeing ourselves as victims of circumstances and start seeing ourselves as empowered beings who can navigate through life with grace, resilience, and strength. We are no longer bound by our past mistakes, our limiting beliefs, or the opinions of others. Instead, we realize that we have the ability to create a new future, one that is aligned with our true potential and highest aspirations. This perspective shift changes everything. It changes the way we interact with others, the way we handle setbacks, and the way we approach our goals. We stop reacting to life's difficulties with fear, frustration, or anger, and instead begin to respond with a sense of calm, clarity, and confidence. We realize that we have the ability to shape our responses, to choose how we feel, and to direct our energy toward what truly matters. As we step into this new way of being, we become more attuned to our own inner wisdom and guidance. We begin to trust ourselves more deeply, knowing that we have the resources within us to handle whatever comes our way. This trust allows us to move through life with a sense of ease and flow, no longer feeling weighed down by the pressures of the world. We become more resilient, more adaptable, and more in tune with the natural rhythm of life. The realization that we are not at the mercy of life, but that we have the ability to shape it with every thought, every choice, and every action. It is not about controlling every outcome or trying to force things to happen according to our will. Rather, it is about aligning ourselves with the flow of life, trusting that the universe is always supporting us, and knowing that we have the strength and wisdom to navigate whatever comes our way. As we continue on this journey of self-realization and empowerment, we learn to trust in the process of life. We begin to understand that there is a higher intelligence guiding us, one that is always working in our favor. We no longer need to force things or try to control every situation. Instead, we let go of the need for control and surrender to the flow of life, knowing that everything is unfolding as it should. This doesn't mean that life will be free of challenges or difficulties, but it does mean that we are equipped with the tools we need to handle whatever comes our way. We are no longer defined by our circumstances. Instead, we are defined by our response to them. And when we choose to respond from a place of inner strength, clarity, and empowerment, we find that we are capable of handling far more than we ever thought possible. It is this understanding that frees us from the chains of limitation and fear. It is the realization that we are more than our external circumstances, more than our past experiences, and more than the limitations we once believed to be true. When we embrace our true nature as creators and co-creators of our reality, we unlock a power within us that is limitless and boundless. We begin to live in alignment with our highest potential, creating lives that reflect our deepest desires and most authentic selves. So, as you reflect on this message, I invite you to remember that you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator of your life. You have the power to shape your reality, to choose how you respond to life's challenges, and to live in alignment with your highest potential. Trust in your inner wisdom. Trust in the process of life, and trust that you are always supported by the universe. You are powerful beyond measure, and when you remember this truth, you can create a life that is truly extraordinary. When we truly understand that we are the creators of our reality, we stop looking for validation from external sources. We stop seeking approval from others, and we stop measuring our worth based on external achievements or possessions. Instead, we begin to seek validation from within. We begin to recognize that our worth is not determined by what we have or what others think of us, but by the essence of who we are. This realization brings a profound sense of peace and freedom, as we no longer feel the need to prove ourselves or seek external recognition. We simply are, and that is enough. This is the essence of self-realization. The recognition that we are already whole, already complete, and that we do not need anything outside of ourselves to validate our existence. When we embrace this truth, we let go of the need to control, the need to manipulate the world around us to fit our desires. Instead, we surrender to the flow of life, trusting that everything is unfolding as it should. We recognize that we are part of something much greater than ourselves, and that everything that happens is part of a larger, divine plan. This surrender is not a passive resignation. It is an active choice to align ourselves with the natural flow of the universe. As we continue on this journey of self-realization, we begin to see the world differently. We no longer view life through the lens of fear, scarcity, and limitation. Instead, we see it as a vast, interconnected web of consciousness, where every thought, every action, every choice is a thread that weaves together the tapestry of our experience. This perspective allows us to move through life with grace and ease, knowing that we are supported by the invisible forces that guide us. We no longer need to struggle or force things to happen. Instead, we trust in the process, knowing that everything is unfolding for our highest good. At the core of this understanding is the recognition that we are divine beings capable of creating our own reality through the power of our thoughts and beliefs. This is not just a spiritual concept. It is a practical truth that we can apply in our daily lives. When we take responsibility for our thoughts and beliefs, we take responsibility for our lives. We become conscious creators, able to shape our reality with intention and purpose. This is the power of self-realization. The ability to consciously choose how we want to experience life and to align our thoughts and actions with that vision. As we deepen our understanding of this truth, we begin to see the interconnectedness of all things. We recognize that our thoughts and beliefs not only shape our own reality, but they also have a ripple effect on the world around us. Every thought we think, every action we take, sends out vibrations into the universe that influence the lives of others. When we shift our own consciousness, we contribute to the collective awakening of humanity. When one person awakens to their true nature, they have the ability to awaken others as well. This is how the world changes, one person at a time. As you reflect on all that has been shared, I encourage you to take a moment to pause and connect with the deeper truth within you. Ask yourself, what beliefs am I holding on to that no longer serve me? What limitations am I placing on myself that prevent me from realizing my true potential? And most importantly, how can I begin to shift my consciousness to align with my highest self, my divine essence? These are powerful questions, and the answers lie within you. As you explore these questions, know that you are not alone. We are all on this journey together, and as we continue to awaken to our true nature, we create a ripple effect that has the power to transform the world. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to comment 99 below, and don't forget to subscribe to the Wisdom Ones channel for more content like this. Your support through Super Thanks means a lot to the Wisdom Ones channel. Thank you so much for your generosity, and a special shout out to everyone who's already donated. It's because of your kindness that this message can reach those who need it the most.